A very good afternoon, everybody. Now, proceeding further, in the last chapter, we have seen the forms of communication, and in our first chapter, we have seen what is communication, what are the applications of communication, and why communication is very much important. Now, proceeding further, we would like to check and see what are the basic communication barriers. We have to identify these barriers, work on it, because communication is the most important factor in our personality development. Now, the first thing that we have is the psychological barriers. Now, when we are talking with the psychological barriers, it may result from individuals and personal discomfort caused, for example, by ill health, poor eyesight, or hearing difficulties. This may also affect one's personality in many different and most negative ways. This can be best handled by working on developing the positive perception, as certain psychological features contributing to barriers may not be curable. Apart from this, we should have to keep our mentality brief and sharpen. Before we are trying to communicate something, we need to have a brief idea about what we are going to communicate and how we are going to communicate. Now, proceeding further to the physical barriers, now we would like to know, now suppose we have the physical barriers which includes office doors, barrier screens, separate areas of people of different status, large working areas, working in and out in one unit that is physically separate from others, distance. Now, as per the research, one of the most factors in building the cohesive terms is proximity. Proximity in different cultures is different and therefore needs to be taken in the right context. Now it has been observed that people coming from rural backgrounds with more physical space availability may not feel comfortable in close quarters, as they tend to have larger personal spaces as compared to the people living in urban conditions. Now this aspect alone can become a significant physical barrier if they subsequently subconsciously feel threatened by inadvertent invasion of their personal space in case an urbanite approaches them in close proximity, considering it as normal personal space. Now, if somebody is living in a village, so he is living in a different atmosphere, he is living in an open atmosphere, and he is completely free as per his language. Now, proceeding if he is taken to the most advanced and developed city. Now we know that in the most developed city we have very less space. Open space is very less. So these type of things while you communicate matters a lot. The environment we are and the environment which we are getting. So these things matters a lot. These things comes under the physical barriers. Now we are looking to the cultural barriers. Culture prescribes behaviors. Human can adapt to different culture. Once we come to accept it and appreciate it, cultures are different so that we can be recognized from others, so that no specific connotations need to be attached to one culture to the other. We all know that different cultures are being followed in different areas. We have different states, and every different state has a different culture. So these things matter a lot and are considered into the communication barriers. Now, talking about the language barriers, language that describes what we want to say in our terms and may present barriers to others who are not familiar with our expressions, buzzwords, and jargon. When we couch our communication in such language, it is a way of excluding others. In global setting, the greatest compliment we can pay another person is to talk in their language. While communication, it is very much important to look after the language in which we are speaking. My maternal tongue, my mother tongue can be different from the what your mother tongue is, but we have to set a common language that removes the language barriers. In this world which we have seen, English communication skills, if we are communicating in English, it is considered mostly the common language, official language everywhere. Now there are different languages which are spoken. We have French, we have German, we have Hindi language. In India, we have different languages like Bhojpuri, Maithili, then we have Kannada, Tamil. So these are the different languages, and these comes under the language barriers. Now talking about the interpersonal barriers, withdrawal is an absence of interpersonal contact. It is both refusal to be in touch with others. Now communication with the person, we are in continuously in touch with the person, and when we communicate with a different person whom we are not familiar, these things comes under the interpersonal barriers. That means what is your relationship with the person whom you are communicating. Now we are now talking about the psychological barriers which we have already discussed in the first things. Now talking about the psychological barriers, we have three different types of psychological barriers, and these are perceptual barriers, emotional barriers, and experimental barriers. Now the perceptual barriers. The problem with communicating with others is that we all see the world differently. A bad experience would perceptually block out unpleasant things. This would be the shape of avoiding it, and if that is not possible, by altering the behaviors, that is response types in different ways. Similarly, retention filters out things that feel good and gives tendency to forget those things that are painful. It is very interesting to note that how our experience taint or color our perception. Perceptual barriers that can significantly alter our understanding and thus affect our communication. They are deep rooted and work in conjunction with our experience. Now, as per our personal experience, we might have faced some bad experiences in our life. So, due to those bad experiences, it affects our communication at the situation. Suppose if we met a person, suppose if we met a policeman, and the policeman was very rude in the first meeting. So when I meet another policeman in the next situation, I will also consider the same situation as it was previous. So these things are come under the perceptual barriers. That means we are percepting something. Our concept, we are taking it as it was previous. So this is what we have, the perceptual barriers. Now let us have a look to the emotional barriers. Emotional barriers. One of the other chief psychological barriers to open free communication is the emotional barriers. It is comprised mainly of fear, mistrust, and suspicion. As mentioned earlier, the roots of our emotional mistrust of others lie in our childhood and infancy, when we were taught to be careful and what we said to others. Now, emotional barriers depends upon and can be different from person to person. Every person has a different emotion parts and emotional part, and every person is not matured enough to handle all the situations. You need to be very matured enough to handle your emotional part and shall not affect your communication power. Now let us have a look to the experimental barriers. Experimental barriers, on the other hand, become barriers by virtue of not having experienced them, leading to altered interperception and comprehension. Our experience shapes our view of the world. For example, when children experience trauma at the hand of trusted adults, especially family members, their emotional link with the adult world is served, creating distrust. They are left with three companions: guilt, fear, and feelings of inferiority. Now, in our day to day life, we might face, or children might face, such bad experience. And while communicating to this, it affects our brain, it affects our mentality, and many situations we face that it affects our brain, so that and in different situations we recall that situation, and that affects our communication power, mentality, and maturity types. Now talking about the stereotypes. Now when we are talking about the stereotypes, these are widely circulated ideas or assumptions about the particular group. Stereotypes are usually negative attitudes which people use to justify discrimination of conflicts against others. According to the Penguin Town 1986, there are two characteristics of stereotypes. People are categorized on the basis of their visible characteristics like race, nationality, sex, dress, bodily appearance. All members of particular group are assumed to have the same characteristics. Now the second one is the effect of stereotyping, as seen as gross over simplified and over generalized description. They operate to overestimate differences existing between groups and underestimate differences within the groups. Now, stereotypes distort reality since the overestimation between the groups and underestimation within the groups bear little relationship to the truth. Stereotyping acts as barrier to communication because people make preconceived judgment about people which are unfounded if their character does not relate to their appearance. Stereotyping has a halo effect. Halo effect is the use of the single attribute to describe a person or object fully. For example, if a person is friendly, we may use the attribute to assume that they are punctual and good at their job. Another important aspect of stereotyping is perception. Perception of stereotyping refers to the type of mentality which we are dealing with. Sometimes what happens that we are living in a society and we think about what other people are going to say about it. So these are the stereotyping type. And apart from this, when we talk about when we judge the people, if somebody says that yes, somebody is from India, so we have a perception that yes, he is very cultural, he is very honest, he is very hardworking. And when we talk about if somebody is from United States of America, we feel that yes, he is a very business oriented person and it will be very hard to tackle that person. So these are the stereotypes. Now let us talk about the authority. Barriers to communication for one reason or the other often get neglected. Knowing them is synonymous to knowing them one's own barrier, plotting out, and one's personality. Barrier to communication can lead to misunderstanding and confusion. Now, this was all about the communication barriers. In the forthcoming chapters, we are going to look about the communicator and communication